is up and what's new? Notice anything different? Yes, I am not driving my KTM or my Kawasaki. It's not new, but the people at Motostar so generously lent me this Motostar Cafe 400. It's also known in the UK as the MASH Roadstar 400, the Shineray. The many names are listed here so that you can check out, you know, you can Google it if you want to. They lent it out to me a couple of days ago. Because of the rain, I wasn't able to go ride as much, but luckily over the weekend, a couple of friends invited over for a ride to Tagaytay. So I was like, why the hell not? I've been riding bikes for about 10 years. So yeah, I'm a late bloomer. I only got a motorcycle when I earned enough money to buy my own. I am no expert in motorcycles. Everything I will be saying is based on my personal opinion. I am basically sharing my experience with this motorcycle. Cool? Cool? Awesome? Alright, so let me see where I can park this bike so that I can hop out and give you a quick walk around. Wow, it looks like The Walking Dead here. Scenes from The Walking Dead. Let me just get off it first. Checking out the Cafe 400. Giving you a quick view from outside the bike. So this is it. It's a Motostar Cafe 400, also known as the Shineray XY400. I guess it's Shineray because the engine is made by Shineray. You've got these dual shock thingies. See, I'm walking around. It's got this cafe racer style. I don't know if you call it the brat style, like, you know, the seat, the way it's like positioned. There you go. And I don't like it so much. I don't like the upholstery, and it seems to be sinking around this area already, and the upholstery is falling off. Now if I move over to the front, another thing, I am not a fan of these chrome parts. All this chrome stuff going on here. I don't know if it feels classic. I don't know if it has a classic feel or more like, you know, a tricycle feel. I mean, you tell me. Does it give you a classic style feel, or does it give you like a tricycle sort of feel? So walking around, it's got its 2 cylinders, and you have these 2 exhausts, this pea shooter type looking exhaust. I am not a fan of the look of the pipes, but again, you know, that's easy to modify. I mean, just looking at it, I definitely could use a new paint job. It's dual exhaust with a dry weight of 151 kilograms. So not bad. If you're asking me how did I handle this like in traffic, well, I'm 5'2", I weigh about 104, 105, depending on how much pizza I ate the other day. And I took it from Caloocan all the way to Parañaque on EDSA in traffic. I did pretty well. It wasn't difficult to drive. You've got 19-inch wheels in front, 18 on the back, disc brakes in front, and you have like an old school style drum brake in the back. Notice on the foot brake over here, it's lacking a rubber thing. So I've driven it in the rain and my foot has like sort of slipped off. I mean, I'm sure you can find like a rubber thing for that. It's easy to change. Exhaust, easy to change. Chrome parts, easy to paint. And the bodywork, pretty much easy to paint as well. Aesthetics to me are a huge thing. And these shock things, I mean, green and then gold, no. Now I'm gonna hop on the bike and show you the other features. First of all, you'll notice it's got these classic style gauge things. You know, they're round and I like the way it looks physically from afar, but when I come close and then I look at it, it's like so not my thing. I don't like this diamond stuff behind the lights, and it looks very flat. But you know, this bike is going for 126,250 pesos. It's 400cc, and you're not gonna find any 400cc in this price range. It's on a league of its own. I am also not a fan of the mirrors. They don't suit me. But here are the features. You know, it's got all the features. Oh, one cool thing, you know, you have the push button start And you also, if you look down here, you've got the kickstart. Let's try to kickstart this stuff. Shit. It's not very easy to kickstart. And trust me, I have a kickstart bike. My Kawasaki is a kickstart bike. Okay, screw that kickstart shit. Let's do the push button. There you go. And this is what it sounds like. Let me go through the exhaust. Can you hear it? And let's do some revs. Do you like it? I'm not a fan. It could use some modification, in all honesty. I mean, I can see the potential. If you're gonna modify it, I can see the potential. So you have that push button start, and then you have your lights here. Yeah, your lights, signal lights, high beam, leveled beam, your horn. Not a fan of the horn. That's what it sounds like. Not a fan of the gauges, but then again, you know, these are very easy to replace. Even the tank is quite classic. And for 126,250 pesos, it's a very cheap bike for a 400cc. And if you have a project bike to be made, cool, why not? And then you have here in the gauge, I mean, what the cool thing is, because like my Kawasaki KSR only has the speedometer. It doesn't have the tachometer. So it's pretty awesome. You know, you got the speedometer and the tachometer. I don't know how new it is, but it says it has been 2,867 kilometers already. Maybe other people have demoed it before me. And oh yeah, and it's a 5-speed. How is driving it? I mean, it's pretty chill. Speedometer isn't working, which kind of sucks, man. Because when I took it up to Tagaytay, and you know, I wanted to do a speed test, you know, like on the highway and see how fast it was going to go. But it's such a bummer because your speedometer is not working already. However, it does deliver in terms of driving. I mean, it's a very comfortable ride, upright position. And the seat, because the seat's huge, I mean, maybe you could just change the upholstery and it would be pretty comfortable. The bike does have a bit of strong vibration as well, but I think this is common to this like old style-ish kind of engines. So despite like the comfort in driving it, after driving about 30 kilometers when I took it from EDSA to Parañaque, I mean, I really felt the vibration. Okay, so make what you want of it. I will put down the specs, I will list them out, and again, I am not an expert. This was just my personal opinion, and this was my experience driving this Motostar Cafe 400. Would I buy it? Actually, if I was looking for a project bike, or like if I was just starting and it would be my first 400cc motorcycle, then maybe I would.
So I'm back in the studio because there's a couple of points I forgot to mention, and that's the trouble with the live narration and aging. I'm gonna point out that I made a mistake when I said the mileage was 2,000 because I had like a dumb moment. It's actually, I was looking at the wrong number. It's actually 6,210. So that's the mileage of the bike. You can basically gauge, I mean, how old it is because that's how long it's traveled. So I went to put fuel, and the tank is 14 liters, but I had a little trouble with the gas tank cover over here. China, how did you mess up a simple lock mechanism? So it's not working. There's a few kinks. You have to do it this way, you have to do it that way to get it on. So anyway, after painstakingly trying, I got it on. However, I am glad that the motorcycle has a gas warning light. So I'm happy that this Motostar Cafe has a gas light. However, when it lights up, it kind of doesn't look very good. Again, aesthetics are huge to me. I did mention that I like that it has a tachometer. It has a tachometer, and you can see over here, when you hit neutral, the light turns green. So it has a gear light, but only for neutral. I know it's basic, and it's the same thing for my Kawasaki. Maybe I'm spoiled because my KTM shows you which gear you're on. So it would be cool to have that, you know, to show you which gear you're actually on, because it's a 5-speed bike, so that's 1 down and 4 up. I forgot to mention that as well. So I forgot to mention the seat. Despite the way it looks aesthetically, that it is actually a very comfortable seat. Plus points for that. Now for the power, people are asking me how powerful it is. Well, you know, it's a 400cc engine, and I think it's 398 to be exact. I think it produces 26 to 29 horsepower at 7,000, which is, yeah, okay. Driving it was a little bit, I mean, it doesn't, you know, it's not as responsive. I guess, you know, maybe it's not a sport bike, so it's not, you know, when you hit the accelerator, and I don't know the technical term for it. Somebody educate me. Somebody, please do. So, you know, you kind of have to like put a little gas for it to move forward. It's not like the torque, right? It's not so torquey. Is that what you say when you do that? For a cash price of 126,250, it's very cheap. And 400cc, why does it matter that it's a 400cc? Because here in the Philippines, you cannot get on the highway if your bike is not a 400cc. In other countries, you know, I've seen like little scooters on the highway and they're perfectly cool with it. But for some reason, here, 200cc is too slow for our already slow moving cars. To sum it up, what do I like about this bike? First of all, I like that it's basic. If you like it in its raw form, then awesome. But the basic frame, I mean, it's there. It's happening. And I know I said so much about the chrome options and stuff like that, but you know, you can change these. And the newer models that came out come with more color options. They have a black and silver one, which I think looks a little bit better. If you're looking for a bike to modify, you know, if you're going to go for that cafe racer style, I mean, just look at the frame of it and the way it is already. There is not much that you have to do to make it look like a classic-ish looking bike. And another thing that I like about it, it's very easy to ride. Okay, so I think I've given my points on the bike. I hope I didn't miss out on anything. Feel free to ask me questions if you have any, and stuff, and stuff, and stuff. Thanks for watching. I enjoyed this a lot. I hope y'all enjoyed it too. Peace out. What? No way! Someone's got a new helmet!